Do you see? Whole humans of this present world, do you understand? You are the template, the prototype of a new and universal species, part solar, part material, both temporal and eternal, the species that will span the gulf between the visible and invisible, bringing new worlds into form. Through you, a new and unprecedented cycle of creation will occur. Greetings and salutations. You are listening to the futuristic archaeosaic voice of Lord Silverback Omega Prime, the cosmic voice of power, your curator for the Past the Blunt public forum. Today's show is going to be a brief synopsis of who I am, so you get to know your curator and who will be passing your questions and ideas along. And what's the purpose for the show? Why did I start the show in the beginning? So I would like to thank my team, which is Misha B. She does all of the graphics. She does all of the camera work. And thank the team also for Sankofa Dance Theater, Alaska, the premier African dance ensemble in the land of the midnight sun. Light 'em if you got 'em. I'm out here in the cold. I like to enjoy the cold here in Alaska. I love it. It's beautiful. It's majestic in the winter. But light 'em if you got 'em. I rolled mine up in some this blunt wrap from Futurola Amsterdam and Tyson 2.0, the Toad, terrapin infused, tobacco-free blunt wrap. Light up responsibly. So let's begin with PowerPoints. The inspiration behind Pass the Blunt. When you smoke, for the most part, you smoke with your loved ones, your peoples. And at times somebody's going through something, so after the blunt goes around once or twice, when it gets to somebody, they speak their mind. And over the years, this has stayed in the back of my head, and after speaking with a few people, I realized that as men, because the way the world is turned where everyone is so damn sensitive to everything that's being said, we are no longer allowed to be ourselves. So everybody's trying to be that profile that they put up on their social media. It's an opportunity for us to speak freely. The blunt is lit. It's passing you. You can smoke and listen, or you can join in. We would like for people to join in. So in order to join in, what am I supposed to tell them again, Misha B?
They will have to follow the page and subscribe to the YouTube channel.
You heard that? Yeah, see, this is why it's live, because when you fuck up, nobody got to know you fucked up. Just make it seem like it was supposed to be like. It wasn't supposed to be like that, but it was supposed to be like, yay for us. Anyway, so yes, please subscribe to the page, because actually I am nothing without you but somebody who smokes and tells jokes to only his immediate friends. Let's expand our friendship. Thank you for your support. So Pass the Blunt, just a way to break the ice. Because you really, rarely are you going to walk up to a stranger and smoke his or her blunt. So it's a way so people can have a ubiquitous feeling of oneness. So you could feel free to speak to one another. Some would say, have said, and thank you all for your opinions and views. I may be turning away some people because of the format or the title I choose to present this format, which is true. But again, as humans, we can't make everybody happy. So who my message for is whom it's for. When the prophets were sent forth into the world to spread the word, they didn't go to other places where they're already speaking the word. They went to the downtrodden, the lowlifes, those who didn't have hope. and you help build hope and you pull them out. You don't if you're only preaching to the choir, then you're doing a disservice to the world. My opinion. Okay, next topic. Also, because why go so rugged and rough with the profanity? Because you're gonna hear a lot of shit. Because we talking some real shit. Not to be disrespectful only. Not to be because we're inarticulate. Such is not the case. Believe me, or not. But because when you cook a meal, it can be good. But if you spice it up, it's gonna be real good. So it's just to put a little spice on things. And for those who are of the same mind frame of free speech, that shit ain't free no more. Here you can be free to speak your mind, to speak your views, to galvanize your opinion, or possibly have it change if you're shown that you're wrong. And you can only show someone they're wrong if you use the truth. And the only way to get to the truth is for us all to be transparent. The goal here is truth, so we can come to an understanding. Knowledge, wisdom, understanding. Birth, life, infinity. Man, woman, child. It's -2 degrees in Alaska. So at this point, Misha B and myself, if y'all would give us approximately 30 seconds, I'm gonna light up and we're gonna move this inside because it cold. It cold out this bitch. For all the fallen soldiers, Thug Love. And for those who don't know, Thug Love is an acronym. True heroes uplift ghetto life under violence. I'm a superhero. What are you? Let's move it inside. Come this way. Yes, this way. Welcome to my home. Hey, this is the show we gonna be at. They don't need to see all that. Yeah, it's cold out there. I've been out there for a minute. Thank you for bearing with us. Now that we're inside, we're going to do this more of an interview segment. Interviewer, interviewee.
That sounds
This
fun.
beautiful young lady here is my wife, Misha B.
Hi, folks. How's it going?
We not sick. It's just cold
Yeah.
outside. And transitioning in is. But anyway, back to the subject. So, Pastor Blunt, if you subscribe and you can leave comments.
Won't you throw them that handle? What's the YouTube handle?
The YouTube handle is Pastor Blunt, Pastor Blunt _ No, I said that wrong.
Pasta _
Pastor _ Blunt _ I'm learning, y'all. Don't mean to be dating myself, but fuck that. I swear I don't know it. I don't even like that. I don't mess with it. I don't got no social media, nothing. Sorry.
I mean, technically you do now, but
No, I don't got nothing. You handle that.
yes, sir.
This is the thing, right? Well, for people who say, well, why don't you want to learn something new? I do. But at times it just gets stressful. And right now, while I'm doing something, I'm not really good at multitasking in that aspect. So thank you. Thank you all for joining in. What's up, Cousin Jazz? Miss Sheree? Family, thank you all. I appreciate it. I need all the help I could get. As I've stated earlier, we are nothing without your support. So back, yeah, if you can, Tyson told, they smoke quite well.
You kind of hit on some of the subjects already.
Yes, I did.
What kind of topics you going to be covering?
Okay, for the type of topics. First of all, I don't want to get into the whole gossipy thing, like who's fucking who and when they broke up and started. I don't want to do all that. So I want to discuss, excuse me, things that have, like, first question for you all for the show is 3 parts. Okay? And everybody sit down and think about how you want your responses to be. It's a 3-part question. First part is, what makes a man a man? Then, what makes a woman a woman? Then, after you understand the balance of the dynamic opposites, how is it that the lines have become so blurred that a male has won Woman of the Year quite a number of times? So think about that, punch in your answers, respond how you shall.
Jazz said, "What a weed at?"
It's right here. It's right here. It's right here. It was cold outside. I had to get. You don't want to smoke in -3. Trust me. You don't want to freeze your lungs up trying to get high. You might die.
So, break it down to the people. What does PYF mean?
Fuck your feelings. Fuck for PHUKK. So they can't censor me if I spell it the regular. I mean, we're going to help lift our awareness of how things are done or how things are done to us, as the way we project and present ourselves to others. But I'm going to need help doing that, and I'm going to need your help. That's what this is for. So fuck your feelings is, y'all shouldn't talk about that because it makes me feel bad. Y'all shouldn't discuss that because it triggers something in me. Be stronger. No, it's not easy. I'm not saying it's easy. Be stronger. We need to discuss these things so they aren't the boogeyman in the closet or under the bed all the fucking time. Fuck your feelings. Let's get it out in the open. Let's see what it is.
Okay. So, for people that, like, entitled people or people that...
Listen, parents, we've gotten to the point to where, yes, we want our children to have more than what we had or better than what we had so they can do better than what we did, especially if we come from a more impoverished background. Don't send these entitled little arrogant fucks out into the world. Because the first couple times they hear no, they're going to be broken all the way back down. And where you think they're coming back to? They're coming right back to home. Then you'll coddle them again for another round of no. Don't do that. Life isn't designed for us to succeed, so we have to fight for our place. Doesn't mean that I necessarily have to stand on the shoulders of those who are weaker or smaller than me in order for me to be upright and seen as such. But don't be afraid to be who you are. I can't be you. And I'll be damned if I'm going to allow any of you to stop me from being me.
Jazz said, "You're not talking genitalia. You want to go deeper, right?"
Way deeper. Way deep. It's way deep in there, and we can have those discussions too, Cousin Jazz. So, for everybody that's here, thank you, Miss Charisma. For everyone that's here for some grown people shit. Let's talk about it. Speak on it. Excuse me for a second while I fumigate my wisdom.
So is this only going to be like just a conversational type of forum, or do you have like any type of anything else that'll be going on with like with the page or with the overall business itself?
See, that's why I have her, because she asks such great questions. But may I pause for a second before I answer that? So let's sit this down for a second, y'all. Ready and right. I would be remiss if I'm not trying to upset you, sweetie, but I've lost a lot of loved ones over the years. Most recently would be about 2 years ago. I lost my mother, and then 5-6 months later, my father. Cassandra Harris and Errol Baskerville. But recently, my wife and I experienced a tragedy as of last July 24th. Her eldest child, Ayanna Morgan, was brutally murdered at her off-campus house in Western Kentucky while attending Western Kentucky University. So I would like to take this time to say to everyone, I would like to dedicate Pastor Blunt to the memory of the young queen, Ayanna Morgan. Also, my wife has started the Ayanna Morgan Foundation. So you can look that up, www. Whatever it is. She'll punch it up, y'all will see it. And to, her family, my heart still goes out to you. I'm here for whatever it is you need me here to be. So I just wanted to take the time to let everyone know about that. And to everyone who's lost a loved one, especially to gun violence, people, we, not the others,
Right.
not the people we're trying to befriend, not the people we're trying to come to a greater understanding with. But the reason why we don't have those things with other people, because we don't have those things within ourselves, our own community. We have to do better. It's some bullshit. We got to hold our children accountable. That's why I said earlier, don't send these arrogant little fucks out all entitled like you can't do this and I can do what I want. No. We're setting, we're going to be old one day. Do you think anybody with that kind of narcissistic thought process is going to age your old, decrepit ass? Hell no. Yes, ma'am. Next question.
Okay.
I digress.
I appreciate that. Thank you. I love
You're
you.
welcome.
Okay, so what about, let's touch on throughout the week, some tidbits that you'll be throwing out there for the people.
All right, tidbits for the people. Mondays, we will have Motivational Mondays. And this is where you come in a greater capacity. Send, Mondays, you're back from the weekend. Nobody really wants to go to hell or work. So we got to help motivate each other. Not to help them or help you find more excuses for you not to get out of bed. Get your ass up and go to work. We got to do it. Ain't nobody going to do it for us. So Motivational Monday is we will have, you can check in because I'm 4 hours behind everybody here in Alaska. So you can check in and we'll have motivational quotes for you throughout the day if you're having a hard day or if you still haven't recovered from the weekend. And we have Tough Topic Tuesdays.
Throw them in.
So we're gonna throw in some, please send in some hard topics to talk about. You know, just because we survived the weekend and really don't want to be at work, the world don't stop, y'all. These conversations must be ongoing. They until they become habitual to us. Just like if we smoking, we're drinking, or we're doing whatever it is we're doing. And let that be a part of the habitual process also.
And how can you be reached? Like if somebody will send you a message like from the page, or if they want to reach out to you via email.
See, that's one of them loaded questions, right? Like, she told me we've practiced this hundreds of times. And it's not like I have poor memory, like, I smoke too much, I can't remember shit. Not that. I really, to me, social media is almost like the infranet is like, I don't know, anti-God for me. The energy. So I really don't care. I need it, but I really don't care. So we're on YouTube.
No, so like, okay, let me rephrase the question. So, how can you be reached? Can they email you? Where can they?
Oh, the email address. Tell me the email address so I can tell them.
puffpuffpasstheblunt@gmail.com.
puffpuffpasstheblunt@gmail.com.
And then they can also send you a direct message via Facebook, TikTok, and or YouTube.
You can direct message Pass the Blunt on Facebook. Facebook. See, I told you I'm fucking with it. Facebook, TikTok. What else you got?
YouTube. And eventually Instagram.
And eventually Instagram. Listen, y'all, I'm from the beeper era. Beep, beep, beep. I call that motherfucker back. I ain't have to worry about knowing all this other shit. If they had a code, if they put in a code when they call, they're important enough to get first rights to be called back. But everybody else, I don't even know that, nigga.
So let me ask you, will there be some about you'll have different guests? You'll have will you have different guests? And if so, like will it be you probably don't know who it'll be all at one time, but
no, but I've reached out to our mutual friends. So yes, we will have guests, speakers, musical singers, people who play instruments, the whole band, the whole shebang. Because I'm a spoken word artist myself, so we will have poets from Sankofa Dance Theater, Alaska, to Obsidian Moon Entertaining with their sketch comedy. Excuse me, Obsidian Moon Entertainment entertaining with their sketch comedy.
Carletta said your code was 666.
Actually, it was 999. Flip it over.
And Charisma said, what about sponsorships? Anything regarding that? She'd love to talk. Collaboration.
Well, of course, we are up and running on free 99, which is, by the way, my favorite 99. But sponsors, yes. And the thing with me, people who have nothing shouldn't be too particular. That's if you're not cool with what's going to happen to your soul later. So, although we would welcome sponsorship, I would prefer to be something that I'm in line with, that's in line with me and what we're doing here. Not things I'm not just going to take something just to have something. What's the purpose in that? That would make me like the sheeple like the rest of you. I like being a lone wolf.
What about the businesses? You want to shout out like our local businesses? And how can they? We can all. Shauna said, write it on the page. Good. That's good. Suggestion.
Yeah, listen. We'll take in all your suggestions because this is on the fly. It's the first one.
Oh, that's
we don't know
Great.
what the fuck we doing.
Brother Great.
So please, Brother Great, Gorilla Salute. Oh, please. I also wouldn't forgive myself. 1984. I started working with a group of men called Guerrilla Force. Little did I know at the time, they were head of security for various record labels throughout New York City in the 80s and 90s. And they were also the head of security of Video Music Box, the original hip hop video music channel, station. VJ Ralph McDaniels, Uncle Ralph. Anybody say anything different, I'll punch you in the face and choke your kids.
Not the kids.
So the dog, I kicked the dog too and throw the goldfish on the floor. So these men of Guerrilla Force, they became big brothers, uncles, crazy cousins, my father figures. They were man enough to grab me and be like, look, you got to listen. And they taught me. They made me the best there is at what we do. I'm a culmination of all of them. And I wouldn't be alive if it wasn't for them, because I was headed down the wrong path.
Salute.
So my guerrilla brethren, I love you. Thank you. Guerrilla salute.
Okay, so
Excuse me.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I didn't mean to interrupt you. But back to having guests. Anybody locally in Anchorage, you'll see me. If you got my number, call me. I want you to come in. I want this to be about us. I said community forum. I'm not of the diva age where it's got to be about me. I have the voice to where I could command attention. But I'm going to need you, because once we garner the people's attention, we need to have a reason for them to stay attentive. And also, excuse me, Miss Misha B. Also, any businesses, any promotional team, be it local or otherwise, drop us a flyer. Send us your business name. Send me a small, because I also, this is a way for me to help get out what I do. I'm an orator. I will do lectures, funerals, bar mitzvahs.
hosting.
I'm the host with the most, and I still got more. So send it as whatever you want to be announced, as long as it's a real business. Don't send me no bullshit. Don't come at me sideways, because I'm gonna check your punk ass on the air, for real, for real. There's still some people who believe in choking the motherfucker till he get it right. Guerrilla salute.
I'm gonna introduce Shauna. She's gonna be our first guest for the next show.
So, okay, for the next show, my first guest, the initial guest on Pass the Blunt Community Forum, will be my daughter,
Indica.
Indika Badu. Indika Badu. Indika Badu. Indika Badu. Indika Badu. It's my next and oldest daughter. That's going to be interesting. Oh, my Lord.
So what's the time? Is it a set time, or is like anybody can come in at any time throughout the week to view the videos? Or,
you know, the thing is, when you put your team together, you should put your team together with people who make you comfortable. I'm a big Steel. I got this shirt on because it just matched with what I got on today. But I'm a Steeler fan, and I love that the head coach Mike Tomlin says, one of his Tomlinisms is run to the uncomfortable, run away from comfortability. Now, she knows I'm not comfortable with knowing this stuff, and yet she's still throwing it at me, knowing I don't know it because I ain't comfortable with it. But you won't grow if you don't learn. So this is helping me. Once again, chime in. We need you. We're nothing without you. So
Wednesday.
Why don't you tell the people? I don't fucking know.
So Wednesdays at 6 p.m. Alaska time, and then Saturdays at 3 p.m. Alaska time.
Wednesday
And that'll also be on the page. So,
evening,
yeah.
6 p.m. Alaska time. We get our own time. I like that. Top of the world. Top of the world, bitches. 6 p.m. Wednesday, Alaska time. Y'all figure it out from there. Y'all do the math. I don't feel like mathing. I'm trying to be high as giraffe pussy in space.
So can you go over the topics that you want them to kind of sit on and get some, if they have.
No, I gave them one already. It's a 3-part question, and it was what makes a man a man, what makes a woman, and knowing the balance of the dynamic opposites. How is it that the lines have become so blurred that a man can win Woman of the Year on multiple occasions?
All right,
That
so
that
that's
shit
going
has
to be
got me
up
bugged
on
out. I'm bugging
Wednesday.
on that. I need to smoke on that one. That's crazy. How the fuck a man win Woman of the Year in the first place? Ain't no way in hell.
Save it.
Once you got balls, I'm sorry, not sorry. Fuck your feelings. How can a man? Listen, people gonna come up with 100 billion plus one reasons why. The question was already oxymoronic when it was asked. Man, Woman of the Year. At what level in your brain does that feel right? So anyway, show me your answers, send me your answers, and I will.
Just tune in. Tune in Wednesday
Tune in Wednesday. See,
at 6 p.m. Alaska time.
that shit fucked my head up. I need to smoke, yo. I'm sorry. I'm all fucked up.
So before we do our outro, share with us like a little. Can you kind of give us a little bit about like the show? You gave us a little bit about what to expect. Tell us a little bit more about you. We know that you're Silverback, Lord Silverback Omega Prime, and who is that?
He is I, and I am him. A long, long time ago, a lady gave birth to a little gorilla. I came up in Tompkins Projects, Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn. Somebody in the hood named me Moose, and I was Moose. I am Moose. I will always be Moose. That's who I am. But as I came of age, I took on another moniker for being in the company of the nations of gods and earths, and I was dubbed Dark Seed. But unbeknownst to either party, my grandmother always called me her little gorilla. Always had these big ass hands, and I was always strongest on earth. Strongest one there is. For real, for real. So when we flash forward, grandma's dying of cancer, and we brought her home to make her as comfortable as possible. My grandmother would call me and to get her a cup of water, a cup of ice. And she would say, Silverback. And I would come and grab the cup and get her some ice or whatever. So one day she just said Silverback. And we didn't notice at the time, but grandmother didn't speak again, and she died 3 days later. So Silverback Omega, because Silverback was the last thing that my grandmother said. And I will always. Gloria Harris. Gloria Ezra Harris. I love you, Grandma. I miss you. I miss the hell out of you. The hood took care of me. I wasn't a foul dude. I was really, literally trying to be a superhero. I ran through the projects in the one piece and the cape, a bodysuit and the cape for real. No bullshit. Life is happening. It's moving forward. Don't be afraid to be who you are.
That part.
I'm not afraid, never have been afraid to be who I am. We will get further together when we are more aware and more comfortable with whom we truly are. Therefore, you send out a better presentation or presenter when being in the company of others.
You want to leave the people with the spoken word piece, or what you feeling? First, you want to thank them for being.
Thank you all for teleporting in, or if you came by way of Stargate. I hope nobody got beamed up to join in. But thank you all, and moving forward, we're gonna need you even more. As I learn how this process works, it'll be a little less glitchy. They'll stick more to the format. But I am spontaneous as hell, so who knows?
Yeah, it is what it is.
So I would like to leave you with this. Electrogravitic, magnetohydrodynamic, travel from the stars or watch ascent to your planet. 22 amino acids, enhanced branch chained RNA, DNA, DMT, altered states. I am the triple helix in eon flux, and I was being raised here as you were all being crafted and molded from clay, and I shall remain here after you have all made your inevitable return to dust. X and Y chromosomes, estrogen, testosterone, 72 sacred names, spoken tones, vibratory pattern will unlock the human genome. Battlestar Galactica, Interstellar Gattaca, paranormal anomalies, the mind's 2012 prophecy. As the universe cools, it expands. This process is accelerated by the force called dark energy. Energy transmission complete. Thug love, gorilla salute. Blunt has been passed.